Yes, it is the final countdown. It's the final countdown. It goes to the final day of the season. But no matter how much you say it, Manchester City have not won the Premier League title yet. You may have gifted it to them after their victory the other day against Tottenham Hotspur, but that's not the title done. They still need to win against West Ham. And yes, it's at the fortress they call the Etihad Stadium, but there's a chance. Are you saying there's a chance? There's a chance. It's like 1 million to 1. So you're saying there's a chance? There is a chance. I'm joined by Garth Lewis. How you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Good, mate. I like the fact that you cut that off well before the DCMA came in for the final countdown there. You get 7 seconds of the final countdown. That's it. Because I
knew
I've
had my content removed. So yes,
but no, yeah, good man. Looking forward to the final day of the season for once. I mean, United obviously got nothing to play. Well, Conference League, but you know what I mean. I don't want to sound snobbish, but it ain't playing for the Conference League, is it? You know what I mean? It ain't the same as playing for the title on the last day of the season.
Yeah, and there's Tottenham. Tottenham is, I think they say Tottenham and Chelsea. Is it
Chelsea and Newcastle?
Chelsea and Newcastle that can potentially.
Yeah.
But
no, we're below them. We're below them already, mate. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but is it much for much? Like they're both going into the Europa League. It's just a case of who's going to get more Premier League money.
No, I think it comes down to the FA Cup. If we win the FA Cup, obviously we go into the Europa League, which means it's only one spot of Newcastle and Chelsea that make the Europa League. So if we don't win it, then it goes to the league, and then we're in the Conference League. I think it's that way. It's so convoluted now, mate. You know what I mean? But no, if you want to be guaranteed of Europa League, you need to finish 6th, I think, this season.
You've been in this position before with the final day of the season. Arsenal and Man United 1 point away, and then despair when Manchester City ripped it from your hands at the first time they've won it in the Premier League era. How did you feel then?
Do you know what the Arsenal one? Again, this is just. I mean, I wasn't that. I was bothered, obviously, but we were there. We were winning everything. You know what I mean? It happens. Whereas the Man City one, bro, that's one of the most crushing moments of my life. That was so, especially when you saw like Fergie and Phil Jones on the pitch celebrating.
Yeah, everyone celebrating. The crowd celebrating.
Yeah, so it's heartbreaking, bro. That's what. If you lose it on goal difference, you can't lose it on goal difference now, can you? You can't.
No, we can't.
Only Man City can. Yeah.
No, it 3 goals?
Yeah, they've got a +1. You've got a +1 on them, but obviously they've got the 2 points. Yeah, so if they draw, you win, etc. But it's heartbreaking losing on goal difference, mate. That's one of the most pain. Like you can't believe it. You're like, nah, we'll have a 39th game. We'll have a 39th game. Bring them over here now. Bring them around here right now. We'll play for this title. Are you crazy? Goal difference? You're mad. Yes. Listen, it's exciting. The game, you're going to be nervous as anything, bro. All through that. For that 90 minutes. Is this Vaughan in it? It's Nathan's mate, I'm pretty sure.
Who got in the room? Oh, how you doing? How you doing, Nut Juice? You good? I think it's Vaughan.
Mate,
I think it's
Vaughan. Yeah. It's going to be exciting for you. It's going to be nerve-wracking. You're not going to want to watch it. The worst thing that can happen to you, like you're probably thinking, this Man City go 2-0 up. It ain't. Like in 10 minutes. The worst thing that can happen to you is you be winning 1-0 from like the second minute and Man City not scoring until like the 93rd, bro. This
is what I said. Look, honestly, give me that moment where Arsenal take the lead and Manchester City are 0-0. Do you know what I mean? Just give me that for at least 20 minutes. I just want to feel like on that last day we had a hand on the trophy. Do you know what I mean?
One hand on the trophy, yeah.
One hand on the trophy. But like we said before, the reality of it is Man City will be 2-0 up 10 minutes in.
2 goals from Haaland.
And we're just sling on the youngsters, you know what I mean? Like, but look, as a
squid at the end. Absolute damn squid, just like it weren't worth it.
I know. But look, as I've said many a time, as a fan, this is what I want. I want to go down to the last day. I want to get into finals. I want to be in the conversations of winning those leagues. Like people say, people are talking now like, Arteta hasn't won the league. They should look elsewhere. Should they look elsewhere? And even some Arsenal fans are saying it. But it's just like, I don't think you've been in and around it before where you've been involved at this stage, or because you're talking nonsense. Like this is massively encouraging to 2 years on the trot being in the conversation for the league. Yes, it's disappointing that you're not winning it, and eventually you want to see us push through. But like from where we were to where we are now, it's night and day, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. Like, listen, I love to get into the banter zone with people, you know what I mean? Like about Arsenal this and Arsenal that, but you've been phenomenal this year. It's literally just a bit like when Man United can't against that Barcelona team for a couple of years. Like you're against something that is unprecedented. You're against a team that is so well built, so got such depth of squad, got such winners throughout the team. You know, like they're almost unplayable. That's why they've won 4 in a row. Well, they haven't. That's why they've won 3 in a row, and they're possibly about to win 4 in a row. You can't account for a team being that sick and being like the moment it matters, all of a sudden they win every single game at a canter as well. You know what I mean? Like, just kicks in. It's great. So yeah, listen, I'd love to be in your position as a Man United fan. Any Arsenal fans saying Arteta out, oh my God, be careful what you wish for, mate, because there ain't no managers out there. Like, who are you bringing in to replace Arteta? Like, that's what, like, not bringing it back to me, but that's what you say about Ten Hag. Like, if there was an outstanding candidate out there, I might be more inclined to be like, get rid of him. But you're talking about, like, and again, this is no disrespect, but I don't know these boys. What was the Portuguese for Almiron that Liverpool wanted? Yeah, they've got Arne Slot. I mean,
but there was talk that he was gonna. He had talks with West Ham.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like Bayern Munich are looking at De Zerbi, and again, no disrespect to Brighton or anything, but like this is not elite level managers we're talking about. So to get rid of Arteta now because you haven't won the league when you've come up against one of the greatest teams ever assembled in 2 years, and you're taking them to the last game of the season, literally could still win it. That's crazy talk. Like that has to be. For me, when we look at these pundits, these fans that say stuff like that, you're either rage baiting for clicks and you don't mean what you're saying, or you've lost your mind. Like you're out of control because there's no way you can be thinking like that. Seriously,
you lost your goddamn mind.
You've lost your goddamn mind because you're talking about sacking a geezer that's literally turned your club around. Like literally turned it around. It's crazy talk, man. It's absolutely crazy. But for you personally, like, you've obviously seen the progression from Arsenal. Like, you have no worries about Arteta for at least a couple more years, surely. Like, if you have this for 2 more years, like, you're still going to be like, what can we do? It's Pep, it's Man City. You know, I mean, like I said to you like, weeks ago, you can win every game now to the end of the season and still not win the title because of Man City. Like, it's crazy.
Exactly. And it's exactly that. If it wasn't the Pep era, and to be fair to him, Jurgen Klopp was there as well, and he was there this season up until a certain point. Mikel Arteta is coming up against 2 of what is regarded as 2 of the greatest of in a conversation managers in Premier League era. So, and people keep forgetting it's his first job. You're even seeing him learn on the job. You're seeing him kind of make mistakes, and then the next time he comes around, he doesn't do the same thing again. So you can see him learning, and he says all the right things. And what you'll always get people out there that will say he's arrogant. It's like, come on, man.
Is he? Does he come across arrogant?
No, I think it's just because
I've never seen that.
And assured in what he says. I think that's what it is. And people say, why is he so cocky, or why is he so arrogant when he's not won anything? Like, first of all, he was an assistant manager at Man City, so anyone that's in that environment is a winner. Anyone who's been around Pep is a winner, and mate, as a professional footballer, you've got to have that attitude. And if you're managing in one of the biggest clubs in the world, you have to have a certain persona. You have to carry yourself in a certain way. You can't seem weak. You can't come across weak because people will chew you up and spit you out. Like I look at Ten Hag, and I look at a Ten Hag when he came in at Man United, and you look at him now, and even on the sideline, he looks like an empty shell of the man that he was then. And it's just like, I feel for him.
He don't want that side by side. He don't want that Barack Obama entering the presidential office 4 years later picture. He don't want that. He don't need that in his life.
It's like one of them pictures where it's like first when she went to prison, 4 years later on meth. The gradual pictures of getting worse and worse till she's got no teeth. That's Ten Hag, and right now he's in the middle. He's at that middle point. He's lost a lot of weight. He's not looking as big as what he used to. His shoulders aren't as broad. His voice ain't as
teeth are falling out.
I see one wobbling the other day when the wind blew. Someone shut the door a bit too hard. He went from gruffled voice.
This will kill you. Just look at Ten Hag. Look at what it's done to him in a year and a half. You don't need that. He's losing the skin off the top of his head. He's going that ball from it. Listen, anyone, this is the other thing. You want to get Arteta out, you're crazy because you don't know how the players are going to react. Like circling back, like you just don't know how these players, because they've bought into Arteta's philosophy, his system, his style of play. You don't know how Bukayo Saka's going to react to a new manager who wants him to do like a Mourinho manager. I want you to run all game, up and down. That's it. I don't want no skills. You've just killed a player. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's so easy to happen. So yeah, listen. Any Arsenal fan saying that you're out in my, every other fan apart from Man City and Liverpool, and even Liverpool now should be jealous of the manager you've got. You know what I mean? I'm so glad Steve ain't here to hear all this because I'm going to deny it. If you ever hear this, Steve, I'm denying it. Bro. You should be so proud of the manager you got. Your transfers, is it Edu? It is Edu, isn't it? Like behind the scenes, like like he's done magnificent work. There's no two ways about it. Like your team you're balling. You're absolutely balling. Yes, all right. Trophies mean something. And for me personally, Arsenal are definitely winning something in the next couple of years. But with the team, you're gonna, you know what I mean? You're gonna be in finals. You're gonna be at the end of the season looking for the Premier League title. Like patience, people. Like this is the problem with football fans, man. Like it's only 2 years that you've been in this discussion. You know what I mean? It's 2 years that you've been in the title race, and
exactly.
you really could win it this year. So like temper it down a little bit. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Just look at what like the Champions League or even years previously. To build up to that, you've got to be in the conversation first. No one just, it's very rarely, you just win it out. No, even like the likes of Chelsea where they had big money. It took them 2 years with that big money to win the league. Do you know what I mean? So like. Yeah, no. Look. I think it's more rage bait. I think there are a lot of football fans that have a platform now that don't really know what they're talking about and talk nonsense when they're saying those sorts of things as well. And those who do believe it, because you can't be looking at what Mikel Arteta's doing and thinking because he ain't won the league against Pep. And looking at those, yes, we could look at the Fulham game. Yes, we can look at the Villa game. But you're asking for a near perfect season. You're asking for Arsenal to win 34 games out of 38. Like that's epic form. That level, that bar that you're asking is something of a team where you look back and it's a legendary team, not just
one of the best to ever do it.
Exactly,
one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And you're close there. Your team is close. It ain't quite there yet. Obviously, you need that 25 year a season goals up front, man, or spread over a couple of players, and you probably need a little bit of backup in the defence as well. I think not defence, midfield. Sorry, you need a little bit of backup there if Partey going and so on and so on. But you're close, man. You're close, and you're still. This is how good Pep is. That's how close you are, and you're still not good. You know what I mean? It's madness. Yeah. Like it's absolute madness. And the worst thing that I hate as well is you'd have won it out of. Like Man City are always going to have their asterisks next to it because of the charges. You'd have won it out of actual like effort and like, there's no asterisks next to Arsenal. That's what annoys me the most. There's no asterisks.
So notice how he's saying that with his bright green Man United top on. Yeah, of course he is.
It hurts me, bro. It hurts me. I need a big like Liverpool won it in the COVID season. I need Arsenal to have won it. Yeah, they only won it because Man City's team bus exploded on the way to the Emirates. Quality though. Like I say, can't wait for the final day of the season, mate. Really looking forward to it for once. Not having to worry about Man United. Whatever we do, we already get slapped by Brighton now. I can see that happening after a good performance against Newcastle. 4-0 Brighton.
So where can you come? Is it you've got that Europa? You've got that Conference League
already, haven't you? No. We're outside Europe right now. I think with everything the way it goes, we need Newcastle to lose and us to win for us to. What is it? We're on 57 points. That's something else, mate. We're 29 points behind you, by the way. 29.
This is what kills me when I hear like Man United fans, Chelsea fans, like giving it about when Man City beat Tottenham. First of all, I wasn't one of them people that was even contemplating that Tottenham would win that game.
No, but not at the moment.
But to turn around and hear it like shit from Chelsea fans and Man United fans about us not winning the league is absolutely crazy. It's crazy.
That's all we've got. It's all we've got, bruv. Hate. That's all we've got left this season, mate. That's all I've got left. It's spite and hate. And we've got an FA Cup final to play. I don't care. We're losing that. All I've got is hate for Arsenal and Man City at the moment, bruv. So yeah, just looking at it, yeah. Chelsea, like we could be level on points with Chelsea if they lost, but they've got a plus 16 goal difference on us. So yeah, the highest we can get is 7th, which depending on the FA Cup would be. I mean, if we win it, obviously win the Europa League. But if Man City win it, I think that's Conference League for us in 7th place. If Man City win, then it's Europa League. Yeah, so it's so tight. I mean, Chelsea are 3 points with 13. Man United, look at that, 37 games, minus 3 goal difference. Minus 3 goal difference after 37 games. That needs to be spoken about. That's the thing that is so unacceptable for a football team of Man United's caliber. Even with the dead players we got, to be on minus 3 with 1 game to go. That's crazy. So yeah, Europa League's our best bet. Maybe Conference League. I'm not against the Conference League. I just don't think Man United need it this year. Next year, they need a rebuild year.
And there are a few fans that will say you don't want to be in the Europa, the Conference League. I think we had Alex on Monday. I think she wasn't a fan of being in the Conference League. She'd rather not be in it. But what is your take on that? Would you give or take it? Is it something that you'd rather actually, do you know what? Let's just concentrate on the 3 trophies, or is it? Do you know what? Actually, this is another avenue to blood the youth.
Any other season, I'd be in complete disagreement with Alex. Next year, I don't think we need it. It's got nothing to do with the caliber of the competition because it's a European competition at the day. Anyone who mocks any trophy, League Cup, Conference League, Europa League, I'm sorry, these trophies exist for a reason. It can't just be the Champions League. You know what I mean? We're a team that aren't ready for the Champions League at the moment. The Conference League is where we should be at. But next season, I need that rebuild season from Man United. Just focus on the league, not worrying about going to outer Kazakhstan for an away day at 5:30 on a Thursday. And that's the. I just don't need that next year. But I'd love to see Man United in Europe still. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be upset if we make the Conference League next year. It's not going to annoy me. In fact, I would very much expect us to be in the front runners to win that competition. Even with the dead team we've got at the moment. So no, I think it's a good competition. I think it deserves to exist. I think it gives. Sometimes football fans like us or big clubs, we get a little bit tunnel visioned about our team. You know what I mean? For West Ham, they're never making the Champions League. So the West Ham to be playing Fiorentina in a European final and win it, that's a moment that West Ham, they'll treasure that forever, forever. Yeah. And it's not same with, the Europa League, some of these teams in Portugal, where Portugal get 2 teams in the Champions League, and it gives Benfica a chance to play European football instead of just Porto and Sporting. So yeah, I've got respect for the competition. I don't think it should be derided in any way, shape, or form. Just for me next year, I just don't think we need the distraction of a European, you know what I mean? Thursday nights, God, we've got to get ready again. We've had a big defeat on Sunday. Yeah. Not for me next year.
I think for you, it's probably more so because you've got quite a small squad in terms of the quality of those players, and those extra games may be a bit too much. The problem I had when Arsenal were out of it, Arsenal still had a relatively not a big squad, but they had enough players in that squad that could warrant some game time, youngsters as well. And without that competition, we weren't able to really play a weakened side in even the Carabao Cup. We had to play our first team so they can get minutes because of the gaps in the schedule. So yeah, that's what I would say to people that don't want to be it. But yeah, look, I understand that you've had players like Martinez out for a season. You've had to play Maguire, Evans. You've had to play them as your starters, and you're looking at Victor Lindelof when's he coming back?
Rob, please come back. That's when you're in trouble.
You've got a bit of a problem. You've got problems. You know what I mean? And that's the real talk. right.
That's what it does come down to me. That it's the strength of squad, and I don't think we need to. We've absolutely took everything we've got out of our youth team for this season. There ain't nothing coming through. We took Mano, we've got Garnacho, Ahmed's now playing. There ain't nothing left there. But when I saw on the bench the other day, the geezer's got 86 on his shorts. I'm like, that was a joke number when I used to play. Like, what are you talking about? 86?
What's he saying? Back in the day, it meant something.
They meant something. They're not just that we're playing.
What is this 8-6 mean? Is that the amount of goals you scored in youth level? Because I'd take that right now. Like, desperate. Like, anyone that plays with a 99, they're starting. I don't care what age they are, they're starting. And for anyone that plays champ, you know what I'm talking about. Or man,
that's a big number to give out. You have to know that youth player's going to make it, that 99. You don't want to be giving it to no schlub, you know.
Yeah, because sometimes you do get it to a schlub and you're not really excited by it. Actually, he's doing all right, but it was the wrong person. It was the wrong person. Should just give it to Fabio Pime again. All right. Speaking of big talk, Big Ange had a big rant the other day after Manchester City beat Tottenham at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The problem is there were fans in that stadium telling Big Ange to throw the game. He came out afterwards and said the reason why he was so upset and it was one of the worst weeks in his football career was because he felt that his integrity would have been called into play if Tottenham would have been smashed by Manchester City, which is completely understandable. Garth, what's your take on this? I know Tottenham fans have also come out afterwards and said he should probably stay away from this, and this is not really his argument. Yes, do your thing on the pitch, but the fans they can have their say because of the rivalry. What's your thoughts on that? Obviously, because you have rivalry not just with Manchester City, but also massive rivalry with Liverpool.
And Arsenal. I know that I'm
and Arsenal, which I've just done a back and forth rant with someone who's I've just worked out he's from America. So I ain't never giving it the old Joe about saying that there's no rivalry between Man United and Arsenal because rivalry means that there's a common goal. And I said that's why I said the ages between the late 20s and in and around the 50s. They will hate each other. Do you know what I mean? Because that rivalry.
That's such nonsense. So Man United don't have a rivalry with Leeds. You know, they've never been on our level for about 25 years. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but we've got no rivalry with them anymore. Sort it out. Spurs, listen, as a Man United fan, we don't really worry about Spurs, obviously. Like, it's a good team. Like, I've always thought they played nice football, like good players. You know what I mean? I remember back in the days, like Ginola sitting there, Raul Fox, you know, players I liked, Sol Campbell, obviously. I didn't realise their fans are absolute small-minded, like small club mentality. Like, this thing with Arsenal is blown my mind. That is the smallest club mentality I've ever seen from a fan base.
It was actually cringe, wasn't it? It was. I found it really cringy. It was like at first, okay, banter, but after a while, it actually got too much. It was too much.
Like, what are you playing at? Like, I don't get listen, I get you don't want Arsenal to win the league. Fine, but to be losing a match on purpose so that Man City win the league, like, what are you talking? Like, I've never seen that before from a fan base, in my opinion. Like, I didn't really I know Arsenal fans are always like, "Oh, you can't stop thinking about us," but it feels like that after this. Like, it really does feel like Spurs' whole fandom, being a Spurs fan, is coming forth and then hating Arsenal. Like, that is your fandom. That is what you get out of being a Spurs. It's crazy to me. Like, telling Spurs fans to lose the match on purpose, like. This one I'm stunned by it. I'm barely able to comprehend where they're coming from, and the only thing I've got is that is the smallest club mentality I've ever seen. Like, you're not a big club. Like, how dare you call yourself top six if you're thinking like that? You know, like,
it was absolutely shocking. It was scandalous. It was shameful. It was
shameless.
Shameless. Sorry. It was shameless. It lacked any sort of self-awareness of your shame, because and the fact that he was trying to argue it afterwards by saying that Arsenal fans would have been exactly the same. Clearly, you've not been in our position. Like, your mindset is completely on a different level to ours. Because I thought that the years where you so-called leveled it up a little bit, where you was having the sort of conversations where you could potentially be in a race for a little while or getting into the Champions League final. I thought that would have made you a bit more, but no, clearly not. The other day showed you for what you are. It was absolutely it was absolutely crazy. Some of the arguments I was hearing, like I said, the initial bit banter, we don't want you to win, yeah. But the way you was like, okay, I'll run on the pitch, you would celebrate with Man City, purposely wearing your blue top, so that it was just weird. Shouting to the manager, to Ange Postecoglou, to saying throw the game. Like, what is that about? What is that about? It's great. And then to say that he doesn't get it afterwards. No, his 20 years of football management shows that he doesn't get it. Like, ludicrous.
That's the bit I couldn't understand. Spurs fans turning on their own manager because he was like, no, I want to win the football match. I don't really care. Basically, that's what he's saying. I don't really care about what Arsenal are doing. Like, and that's pretty where we're doing. Spurs fans, you need to worry about what your club is doing, what your team is about, why you can't get yourself over the line at the end of the season, why dropping off. You need to stop worrying about Arsenal, man. Like, it's like obviously, I hate Man City. I don't worry about them. I don't care what they're up to. You know what I mean? I don't want to see them win a league. But I certainly wouldn't want us to lose to you so that you won the league and Man City didn't. You're chatting nonsense.
Exactly.
Like, no way.
And they went back to when the Blackburn versus Liverpool game and you lost the title. And
West Ham,
and Liverpool were beat Blackburn, and they asked Jamie Redknapp after the game. It was like, well, we had an opportunity to get into the UEFA Cup, and we're professional footballers, so the only thing we think about is winning the game. Like that's secondary. Yes, the fans may think that, but like,
I've just realised, Champions League was still on the line for them, weren't it? Champions League was still on the line for them, and that's mad. That's even worse.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Before the game, they were like, "Nah, we'd rather miss out on Champions League than Arsenal win the league." And then they were like genuinely saying they want their team to lose so that Arsenal don't win the league. And look, let's not get it twisted. Tottenham stopping Man City from winning the other day does not win Arsenal the league. The 38 or the 37 games prior that Arsenal were involved in, the games that Manchester City were involved in as well, help Arsenal win the league. Not just this one game. And that's the narrative that's been spun. We would have won you the league. What are you talking about? Like, what are you are so crazy that's your thought process, that you think that game has won us the league. Like Tottenham has helped us win the league. What about Crystal Palace that took points off of Man City? What about Arsenal, where Man City have only had 2 shots in 2 games against Arsenal, and Arsenal taken 4 points off Man City? What about those games? Like, what are you on about?
Plus, it wouldn't have even won Man City the league there and then anyway. It's still going down the last day of the season because you would have been, what, 2 points behind them? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you would have been 1 point.
No, we were 1 point ahead. We're 1 point ahead.
But it's still going down to the last day of the season, like, and anything can happen. Like, come on, it's a mindset I don't know. Yeah, they really are living like that. Spurs.
He's saying BX Gunner 81 says they always manage to hit new lows. He went on to say, really living up that Spursy tag they truly earned. 100%. It was so bad, and I know it's not all Tottenham fans, but the vocal ones. They made a lot of noise. They made enough noise for the footballing world to really take a look at this club and show themselves up, really show themselves up.
They're so crazy. You've got Champions League. I can't believe that. Now, honestly, that's boggled my mind. You have Champions League on the line and you're worrying about Arsenal that much. Like, listen, it's hard for me because I don't want to see Arsenal win the league either because of how much I've got the rivalry. I don't want to see Man City win the league. I don't want to see Liverpool win the league. But I'm not literally going to go out my way and be like, lose this game so that Aston Villa win the league. Lose this game so that the Arsenal don't win the title.
I would be interested to hear what the players thought of the Tottenham fans' reaction, like the way that they were and all the talk and sort of suggesting that they should lose and forget Champions League. Like football players don't wake up in the morning and think, you know what? I want to join Spurs. They think Tottenham have an opportunity to be in the Champions League. They're in the Premier League. Do you know what? I'll go to them. I'm not going to be in the big 4 right now. But if I could go to Tottenham, they could get into that Champions League spot potentially. I could get that big move later on. If Tottenham aren't in Champions Leagues, do you think Bale you get the money for Bale? Do you think you get the money for Modric? No, because those two, especially Bale, in that game against Inter Milan, that sparked their careers.
Everyone saw what he was about.
They saw what he was about in those games in the Champions League because the level of quality, I think you're underestimating how much you'll miss out on this Champions League as well. And going forward, to make the assumption, because that's what the assumption was, to say, we don't need it this season. To make the assumption that you're going to be in it next season or even the season after, with Aston Villa, who are going to bring in big players next season. They've already got a pull, Aston Villa, with just the money and the manager. They've got a pull. Man United want to get their shit into gear. Chelsea have just finished off the season well and are looking good for their money for next season probably. Newcastle are going to be in about it. Yeah, so to make that assumption that, and Liverpool as well, and to make that assumption that Tottenham have a God-given right to be back in that top four is absolutely wild. Like I said, it wasn't that you had a say in it, and it wasn't that the Tottenham players didn't give effort and didn't try to win that game, but it showed a lot about the fan base itself, and that's what we're talking about, not the result, because that most people predicted that. It's the fans. That's what people are talking about, and I think people get
celebrating a defeat. Like it can never be me. Like I'm sorry. And Big Ange has got every right to lose his cool a little bit about it as well. You know what I mean? Because he must be thinking. Like he's an Australian for a start. They don't take defeat well. Period. Like you watch the cricket, they don't like to lose. You know what I mean? That's not built into him. He's a straight shooter. You know everything that the Spurs fans were saying they loved about him at the start of this season. It's refreshing to see someone like this in press conference. It's this, it's that. The moment it don't go your way, you're like, no, I don't like him no more. Like sort it out.
Stay in your lane, mate. Is what.
You
don't
talk
understand
about
rivalry.
No.
You don't understand. Not Celtic and Rangers, man. Just probably one of the most fiercest rivalries in football, world football. Yeah, he doesn't understand rivalry. Come on,
he's never seen Australia versus New Zealand in cricket or rugby. He's never seen that. You know what I mean? He's never seen his two national sports played against his closest rival. He doesn't understand a rivalry. It's crazy talk.
But you don't understand. No, he does understand. He fully understands, mate.
He's fully on. He's fully. So he's fully allowed to be grumpy with that. You know what I mean? And again, Spurs fans, be careful with what you wish for. You know, I saw some people talking about letting him go. Go on, let him go. See who you get in, bro. You can take David Pleat back again. You know, have that. Take Andy Hinchcliffe off the market or something. Come on, lads. Crazy talk.
Right, be as good as this. No quality player in their right mind would go to Tottenham after that display. And it'd be interesting to see if any of the players in the world of football have noticed that and Big Angie's rant about the fan base. Look, things could be changed, mindsets could be changed, but it is something that's been ingrained in that club for many, many years. Jose Mourinho spoke about it, Conte spoke about it, and it does seem like it's in their blood. It's in their blood. Yeah.
Look, I honestly never knew that before. Like I said at the start, I never knew Spurs fans were like this because I'm not an Arsenal fan. Literally, their season revolves around Arsenal. It's mad, bro. It's absolutely mad. The moment they're about stuff as well, it comes double bubble about Arsenal, don't it? It's crazy fan base. All
right. So before we go, we've got to do some predictions. First of all, just to make it interesting, because like the old drum roll, build up suspense, we're going to do the predictions for the Arsenal-Everton game. Do you know what I mean? There's no point in doing the prediction for the Man City game, because that kind of kills it with who's going to win the league. So, Garth, give us your prediction for the Arsenal versus Everton game.
All right, and remember the minutes here, people. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal.
Well, let me write it down because you're going to be joining us on the watch along tomorrow as well. 2-1 Arsenal.
I want nothing but the best for you boys this time. All the jokes from the season aside, you're all my boys. I want Arsenal to win the league. It's the first time. So, it's 2-1 Arsenal, 92nd minute winner from the much maligned Havertz. Like I said, though, I'm not talking to Steve for 2 weeks. I want that noted right now. I'm not talking to him. If this happens, I'm not talking to him for 2 weeks. So, 92nd minute winner for Arsenal versus Everton.
All right. Now, for
tight game though, kid. Tight game. It's going to be
tight game. So how does it go in terms of the score lines? Do Arsenal
Everton score first? No, Everton score first as well.
Everton score first.
4 minutes. Something crazy like that. You know what I mean?
It's always the one.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, you equalise before half time though. You're not going into the second half 1-0 game.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, because we don't hear booms. We don't hear booms. We don't want that too much. Like people get itchy feet in the stadium.
Pressure, exactly.
We don't want that pressure building in the stadium. We want it to alleviate just before half time, and then a 92nd minute winner. Havertz.
92nd minute winner. Yeah, and what do you know? What's something before I keep going? So, I've not thought about it before. Is them boys in the stadium with the radios like you used to get in the 90s? Like,
yeah, they asked. They said, "So, Mikel, you're going to be."
Man United scored. Man United scored.
They asked him, "Mikel, you're going to be watching the game. How are you going to be keeping an eye on the game?" He goes, 60,000 people in the stadium. The assistant manager, the scout, the tea lady, everyone. I think I will know. I was like,
great answer. That's a great answer. Yeah, quality.
All right. So Garth has gone for a 2-1 victory to Arsenal. I'm going for, but in my head straight away, I'm going 3-0. Arsenal score after 15 minutes. Leandro Trossard. Havertz scores in the 35th minute. We're doing it Italian style. Quick goals in quick succession. And Bukayo Saka scores in the second half, early doors. Straight up easy win. Now for the...
Is that just for your stress levels, Keir, or do you actually believe that? Like, I just want a nice, easy 3-0. Like, we're done. Is that for your stress levels? Would you truly believe that, bro?
100% for my stress levels.
Manifest it, and it will become reality.
3-0 pops up in my head straight away. 3-0 pops up in my head. I'm sticking with it.
Should be. Yeah, it should. Like, not should be. That's why I put it. If it wasn't so much pressure on this game, I'd 100% agree with you. But I just think it's going to be tight. Anyway, yeah. Man City,
all right. Before we go through with Man City and West Ham predictions from me and Garth. Get your predictions in now. What's your prediction for the Arsenal versus Everton game? Get it in the comment section, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on YouTube as well. And get your predictions in for the Manchester City West Ham predictions as well. And if you are here and you are new to the show, press that like and subscribe. And if you are watching on Twitter, press that retweet and press that like button. All right, Garth, now for the predictions of the big game. Manchester City West Ham. And I want you minutes as well.
Yeah, minutes are done. 1-0. 1-0. Man City leading up. 1-0. Man City leading after about 7 minutes. Whoever won Haaland. West Ham with a dirty, cheap, goal-mouth scramble equaliser in the 93rd minute. So Arsenal are still not winning the league when they score, but yeah, a minute later, West Ham take it away.
Oh, what? No, what? Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh,
call me a writer. Hollywood, bring me up. I've got these stories ready for you.
Call him up. Lights, camera, action. Absolute That's what I want to see. Scenes. And if you want to see that, people, press that like, press that subscribe, and press that notifications. Join us here tomorrow for the watch along of Arsenal versus Everton. And Manchester City versus West Ham. We're going to have both of them. We're going to have the split screens. Garth's going to be watching one. I'm going to be watching the other. I'm going to have split screens on the other TV. It's going to be absolute chaos. My nerves are going to be all over the place. Garth's on here just so there's going to be someone to speak coherently. That's all it is. That is all it is. That is so you've got a host. Because I'm just going to be in the background just going, oh my God. Oh my God. Give me a beer and a whiskey.
Like Jordan Peele, that meme like Jordan Peele, just absolute, just... Especially if my prediction comes true, bruv. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going for the most outlandish one possible because I just want to see, as a neutral kid as well, that would be amazing seeing that last day. Man City fans crying like I was in 2012, 2013, whenever.
And like I said, it's got nothing to do with the Grinch over there in his bright green Man United wanting Manchester City to feel the pain that he did way back then.
They deserve it. For everything they've done to me, they deserve a bit of pain, bruv. But yeah, whatever happens, kid, I am hoping it doesn't go the way that we're all predicting it to go, which is Man City 3-0 up inside 20 minutes and it's over for the rest. You know what I mean? And then me and you've got to sit here for 70 minutes, just watching.
Like it's if you failed your driving test and you failed it in the first 10 minutes, but you've got to do the rest of it.
Got to do the rest of it anyway, yeah. Just give me my major, bro. Give me my major and then we go home.
Just go back. Yeah. I know that I stopped at an intersection I shouldn't have, all right? I thought he was letting me go. It don't matter. Yeah, no, it don't matter. Yeah. No, it don't matter.
So that's what I can't be dealing with it being done and dusted after 20 minutes. I want something exciting. I want to see. I do. I want to see it for you boys. I want to see the joy of like last minute winners to win the title as well. You couldn't ask for a better way. Like, yes, I'm sure all Arsenal fans would much rather Man City 2-0 down after 20 minutes and then Arsenal 3-0 up after 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what we don't want is Man City, because Man City 2-0 down with 20 minutes to go. They're winning that game 3-2. They're winning that game 3-2. I do not care. I don't care. I don't care. Wow. All right. Yeah, like I said, make sure you join us tomorrow for the watch along of both games: Arsenal versus Everton and Manchester City versus West Ham. Like I said, as the title says, Manchester City handed the title by most people, but Arsenal still have hope. You're going to be joined here tomorrow by me and Garth going ballistic. Get in the comment section as well. Press that like, press that share. Make sure we've got as many people joining as possible. And thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us, Garth.
No, pleasure as always, mate.
All right. Peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands.